Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to London's ICC. We're delighted to be hosting you here today to another world-class show that UBM run, EcoBuild, and we're going to have a wander around that in a moment. And we're also proud to be playing a part in the development and enhancement of the Protection and Management series, and I'm sure that 2013 will be a fabulous show. But you've got my and my team's commitment that from 2013 onwards, once it has been a huge success this year, that for 2014 we'll do everything we can to enhance and improve that from ExCeL's perspective. What I'd like to do is to take you through really what ExCeL is, who we are, what ExCeL is and why it works, the work ExCeL Play London model that works with most of the other world-class shows that run here. A little piece about the connectivity in terms of land, train and plane, and then a customer testimonial who moved their show recently, and they were a hugely demanding customer that runs another world-class event, and it will give you a sense of feeling that they had about ExCeL, about their concerns, about how we overcame those, and about the success of their show. So, a little bit about ExCeL. ExCeL is owned by ADNEC, Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centres, was opened in November 2000. We've hosted 4,000 events, as Simon said, and hosted 15 million visitors. We were part of the most exciting sports day the world's ever known last year, and we hosted 7 Olympics, 6 Paralympic sports. Many of you may have come here. Those of you that didn't, 1.5 million people came through, and that was all on public transport. ExCeL was the most complex venue there's ever been in the Games. It was something that we were proud of. London as a platform was astonishing, and the world looked on, and we all did a good job, and I'm sure many of us in this room were involved. One of the things that's extremely important to us here as well is that at ExCeL, particularly on the exhibition and on the marketing side, we all ran shows, we're all exhibition organisers, so we understand how to deliver shows. We like to get involved, and we also understand the frustrations that you as exhibitors have, and also that visitors have, so we try and overcome those in a consultative way as we can. And finally at the bottom is a little bit of showing off, but it's important for us that our own industry recognises ExCeL as a world leader, both in the UK, and the Association of Exhibition Organisers recognises us as the best venue in the UK, and also we won the best exhibition and convention centre in Europe as well, and a year ago prior to that it was the world's best. So we like to think that we're quite good. We can always get better, and we will continue to invest in our products, but there's a fairly good track record of delivering at the moment. A very quick piece here, which is that what we do is a lot of quantitative and qualitative research about how we can do our jobs better. And from this perspective, we talk to our exhibitors, we talk to our visitors, we talk to our organisers. And when I say our, I mean our, because they're collectively part of our proposition. And on every single level across the UK, ExCeL was the best experience for organisers, the best for exhibitors, the best for visitors, and the best for consumer events. That's a good start point, and we're going to continue to invest and develop that. Simon touched on ExCeL. Just if you haven't been here before, it's a very simple proposition. It's a 100-acre campus. There are 4,000 tenants in flats in and around the venue. There are 6 hotels. There are 1,400 bedrooms on site. Internally, there's 100,000 square metres with a spine that runs up the middle of the building, which is the boulevard, where there were 38 to 40 bars and restaurants, enhancing people's experience, allowing stand holders, stand staff, as well as exhibitors and visitors to move quickly from perhaps being on the stand to eating, plenty of choice, then going back to the stand, or from a visitor perspective to actually have the chance to have what we would think is an appropriate consumer experience rather than curly sandwiches which cost a fortune. And we also host the world's leading events now. Whether that be BET, which is the showcase which is coming up, which is the world's largest education show, whether that be EcoBuild, which is the world's largest sustainable building show, Salon, World Travel, all of which are world-leading shows. And it's something we feel very strongly about at ExCeL, that we need to have the best shows, and this show, a series of shows, fits squarely in the middle of that as a world-class, world-leading show. And ICE, which is something I haven't touched on yet, but I will in the next slide, is a show that's run by Clarion Events. That's relocated recently from Earl's Court to here. And again, it was a West End-centric show. It moved here. Visitor numbers are up. Shows that move to ExCeL work. The London Bike Show and the Outdoor Show moved from Birmingham. Their numbers went up. They went up because the organiser was engaging with the audience in a way that they'd never engaged with. We used London to allow them to trade in a way they wanted to trade, and the numbers increased. Cisco Live, there's a series of proprietary events now throughout ExCeL, throughout the year, that are hugely successful. Whether at Barcelona, like Cisco Live, that's doubled its numbers moving from Barcelona to here because of engagement with the Mayor's Office, London and partners that Simon alluded to, but principally because London is a deeply compelling proposition for companies such as Cisco. And also whether they're consumer shows like Motorcycle News, which this year moved as an increase of visitors by 37%. There's a reason for it increasing. London's a great place from which to trade. And this is a good quote here from ICE. Kate Chambers works at Clarion Events, and they moved their show. And it was interesting because they were slightly concerned about the move. No one wants to move a show unless there's a compelling reason to do so, either through growth or through opportunity or for platform. And she said, I'm delighted that our relocation to ExCeL has been so well received by visitors and exhibitors. It was a total success and a vindication of our decision to move to ExCeL, and I wholeheartedly agree. CSR, again, Simon touched on it, is important, and as part of a business that takes it very seriously. We are accredited with ISO 14001 and ISO 2012 and 1. It is an event sustainability management system that we take very seriously. We spend a lot of time with our customers giving presentations and working with them in terms of workshops to make sure they're doing as much as they can. We recycle 89% of all of our waste, something the exhibition industry needs to take very seriously. And something that's quite fun is on site, we've got what we think is the world's, Europe's, I won't exaggerate, largest wormery. So all of the food waste in the entire building goes through to the wormery and then it's recycled. So I touched on Work ExCeL, Play London. It's something that's very, very important. ExCeL works as a venue. It allows you to trade flexibly, it allows you to do what you want. But actually, exhibitions are more than that. They should allow you the chance to enhance your experience with customers and visitors and make it a pleasurable experience. The ecosystem around here, if you haven't been here, is actually rich and vibrant, filled with the O2, which is the world's busiest music venue that hosts 8.5 million people a year. There are 25 bars and restaurants straight across from a cable car, from high-end offers such as Gaucho, which we're going to later today, to more basic models. But it's a fabulous place to go, and actually 5 minutes across on the cable car, and you've got a plethora of things to do. Canary Wharf, again, which is just under 10 minutes in a cab. There are a couple of hundred bars, restaurants, shops over there. So if you want to take customers, if you want to take your staff, it's a very easy proposition within 10 minutes. So there's lots to do and see. And Westfield, which was principally built because of the Olympic proposition, was a £1.6 billion property development, which was an underlining of the fact that the east of London was being more normalised many years ago and is now a rich and vibrant place to be with another 300 shops, bars and restaurants. So just within the local environment, within 10 minutes, there's a vast array of things that you can do, see and use. And we take it really serious. I used to look after Earl's Court and Olympia exhibition centres, and I moved here 3 years ago. And 3 years ago, I just genuinely didn't know what to do when I was here, which bars, which restaurants, what to do. So we decided we'd form something called a supporters club, where we can engage with our organisers, our customers, as well as exhibitors, and actively concierge your experience here. And there were 120, 130 or so businesses that wanted to work with the 20 or so thousand exhibitors and 2 to 3 million visitors that come here every year, unsurprisingly. So whether it's a Gaucho, whether it's a DLR, whether it's Virgin, whether it's all of those bars and restaurants, we want to work with you to enhance your experience. It genuinely matters, and I keep talking about experience, but it's really important. And in and around here, there's a lot to do, but where do you stay? And Simon alluded to it. There are 6 hotels on site within very short walking distance. There's another 2 which are just off site, which we can't claim are on site. So there are about 1,600, 1,700 rooms within 5 minutes walk. Within 20 minutes, there were another 10,000 bedrooms. Within half an hour, so half an hour is probably a drive from the NEC to Birmingham, at a guess. There's 50,000 bedrooms. So in terms of supply, it's immense. From no star to 2-star to 3-star, up to 4 seasons, and you're 25 minutes away from Green Park. So if you wanted to be in the West End and spend a substantial amount of money, you can. But what's worked really well here as well is not just the vast array and choice that London can offer in terms of hotels at your price point, but actually creating clusters, and it's something that organisers have done very well, giving focal points to areas within London. Now, it might be Tower Bridge, it might be Westminster, but there's a lot to do and see. And actually, if you have a cluster of hotels, you're bumping into suppliers, vendors, colleagues, peers, and that works very well in a larger city such as London. And getting here, whether it be by plane, City Airport is a fabulous airport for anyone that hasn't used it, and their capacity has gone up by 50% recently. It's a very, very efficient airport for those of you that haven't used it. It's a 20-minute check-in time. It now goes to 43 destinations direct. There are 350 flights a day. It's a great airport for national as well as international travel. And those that are coming from further afield, from Asia and from the States that are flying into Heathrow, we've found particularly a lot of the proprietary corporate events and association events are actually flying their delegates to Frankfurt, and they're flying them to Schiphol and then straight into City Airport, which is a cost-effective and rapid way of doing it. It's something that I'd recommend. Eurostar comes straight into St Pancras 30 times a day now. And St Pancras is a key hub for us now, because those trains and those trains, visitors, exhibitors that are coming from the north of the country, that are coming into Euston and or St Pancras, there's a fast Javelin train straight across the north of London, which takes 7 minutes from St Pancras to Stratford, and Stratford to here is 11 minutes. So there's a really sensible route straight across, which wasn't there prior to the Olympics, and it's one of the legacy investments which has worked really well for us. And there's more coming as well in the guise of Crossrail. Now, 2018 sounds a long way away, but it's 4 shows. It's not an awful lot. And that's a really simple proposition from London Heathrow to ExCeL in 43 minutes through town. It will be transformational for the east of London, but particularly for this venue. It stops outside the door. It's going to make a massive difference to this business. It'll make a massive difference to the customers we're hosting, as well as exhibitors. So this is the testimonial I was alluding to, that is run by a demanding organiser that run the world's largest technology educational show. And I'll let it speak for itself.
BET is the world's largest and leading learning technology event. It's a celebration of learning with technology at the heart of it. We tend to have visitors from around the entire world who are all involved in the learning process. So from teachers, head teachers, right through to ministers of education, both from kindergarten right through to learning and development within the workplace. ExCeL is brilliant because it's a custom-built exhibition event hall. So everything that we need is here, in the sense of we have meeting rooms already built, there are no pillars on the show floor, we can grow the show by modules rather than complete halls, so it's custom made, so it's built specifically for our industry.
We've just invested a significant 6-figure number on Wi-Fi provision, and we're consistently going to invest in our technology. Everything we're doing is aligned to customer experience, both on the visitor and exhibitor side. We want to give them value to allow them to use our facilities in a way that allows them to maximise their returns.
BET is a well-established brand. It's 29 years old this year, and it has been Olympia for many, many years. So moving a large show from one side of London to another is no small task. The ExCeL team supported us very quickly and very early on, and very well throughout the entire process.
Our customers' success
is inextricably linked with our success. So we're going to work as hard as we can to make sure that's maximised, and therefore ours will be too.
The ExCeL team were brilliant with holding our hand and the exhibitors in that transition with their city guide, with the after hours plan, but they also negotiated discounts for exhibitors, and we all know how much everyone loves a discount. The fact that we've got City Airport just down the road is absolutely fabulous.
The international audiences here are prevalent. You walk along the aisles and you can hear the languages of the world walking through these aisles, seeing brands that are globally recognised, doing multi-million pound deals.
So the facilities at ExCeL are fabulous for us. Not only can we build lovely custom-built theatres on the show floor, but we also have the Platinum Suite and also the upper and lower gallery halls that allow us to put on fringe content events and meetings. Feedback from the exhibitors and visitors has been fantastic about ExCeL. The transition has been good. There's been fewer surprises because of communication both from us and the ExCeL team. So feedback's been great.
We're the hardware. The software that we're now hosting is world-class, tier 1, market-leading shows, and we're going to work very, very hard to ensure that they thrive and to continue to invest in our technology and our infrastructure to ensure these shows grow and develop with us for the years to come.
And we genuinely care deeply about it working. So I wish you a very successful 2013 show and an even more successful 2014 show. I look forward to showing you around, and if you've got any questions, do ask us as we walk around. I'm going to pass you over to Simon Mills now.